Hey guys, Kira here, and this time, as you can see by the title, this is a review on Blue Period. Now, I did just record like 7 minutes and 30 seconds or something of the video, and then I had to re-record this now because I kind of forgot to plug in my mic, so that's nice. Also, if I do sound weird, it's because I have a like runny nose or stuffy nose, so excuse that. I just, again, as I said earlier in the video, I don't want to leave you guys too long with that video, but yeah, this is a review on Blue Period. Now, if you don't know what Blue Period is, I'll explain it in a second, but I generally do have like 2 ways of recording these reviews. I either talk about the story, characters, the art, and then whatever else. This time I do want to do the other way, which is just talk about the good things and the bad. Because honestly, if I talk about the story first, it's just not gonna be as interesting because I'm really not gonna mention the story at all. It's not really that impactful or anything. So, yeah, pretty simple. Anyways, as for like the synopsis, now I could do the normal route and just like read it off like just word for word. I won't do that just because I find that boring and it's just not as interesting. So I'll basically give my own synopsis. Now, if you do want like the word for word synopsis from the site or the app I read it from, I'll leave it in the description. But basically, this series is about Yaguchi, a guy who is like the perfect student, aside from the fact that like drinks and smokes, but he is the perfect person, right? He's got straight A's, everyone's friends with him, he looks good, whatever, right? But he never really enjoys anything, right? He never just like had a passion. And then one day he goes to art class, this and that he's been told, and then he goes the next day to drink and smoke with his friends and watch, I think it's a soccer game, and then he, as he's like, going out of the bar or whatever, he sees this view of Shibuya, he thinks it's beautiful, he goes to art class, paints it, really enjoys his time, how he's critiqued and everything, so he just commits to art. Now, if you want like more detail or less detail, you can just check the description. But that's basically it. That's like as spoiler-free as I can go. Now, it's only 36 chapters, and it's monthly, so I kind of can't talk about it too much. But, without mentioning spoilers. So, again, as usual, this video will be spoiler-free. But, back to the actual video, I'm going to talk about the good stuff. As for probably my favorite thing about the series, as usual, is the characters. Now, the characters, actually, never mind, they're not my favorite thing. My favorite thing is something else. But the characters are so great. They are all really eccentric. Now, I'm not going to say, like, they're super memorable, because I'll be honest. I don't remember many of the names. I remember, like, 3. And that's not because, like, the characters are bad or anything like that. I'm just bad with names. But, aside from the fact that I can name, like, every Straw Hat, but that's just, One Piece is just very close to me. So, basically, Yaguchi is a really good character. Every character in the series, basically, they serve their purpose really well. Now, if I don't pay attention to themes, but if I did, I would also say that they serve their theme, because, like, for example, Yotasuke or whatever, the one that, Yotasuke, I think his name is, he is probably, like, the most thematically deep character. Him or Ryuka, the cross-dresser, they both, like, probably have, like, mountains of depth you can analyze on them or something. They are really enjoyable characters because they both serve a really good purpose. Now, would I say they're my favorite character? No, I enjoy Yaguchi much more, who also is, just a really enjoyable character. I, again, just enjoy fun characters. I'm not really into, like, the depressing, emo characters, with some exceptions, but yeah, the characters I really enjoy. They really have a lot of chemistry, for the most part, and there's just some characters that I want to know more about. Like, there's one guy who drew, like, a massive painting. I forgot his name, but I would like to know more about him, so I would remember his name. But as for the other stuff I like, now, as I mentioned, this is a story about art, which, again, makes it a lot more entertaining. It just, maybe not entertaining, like, just because it's art, but it's more unique, and it's a breath of fresh air, because if you can name one series about art in anime or manga, I'll generally be surprised. I don't think I've heard about one. And if there is one, it's, like, super relevant. Not a diss. And only, like, 2 people have read it or anything like that. As far as I know, Blue Lock is, like, the biggest art manga and anime in general. Maybe even the biggest art series, to my knowledge. And it's not even that big either. But the fact that it's about art, something that you just almost never see in any medium, is just a great breath of fresh air. You learn more about, like, the process of art. Like, it works well with the themes, because they talk about a lot of, like, how much just an artist just pays attention and loves their work. And that really comes across in this series, right? Some series or some stuff, they try, like, depict how much someone loves something, or, like, just how much time they put into it, and it's not done as well. Yaguchi by himself, he really portrays spectacularly how much time artists put into their work, how much they love it, and how much dedication you need to just be an artist, like, professionally. Well, just be like a painter. Like, I never knew it was that much of like, I know it like takes a long time to do art, but I didn't know it was that long and just that painful. That sounds great. Really, just the series in general, the best thing about it is just the art general, right? Art style, art, and just the art in the series, which probably what kept me the most interested. Like, for example, first of all, the art, it's great. It's really detailed. Not detailed, but it's like, it's got a really good art style that really helps like portray emotions and just, like, you can feel everything, right? Again, I'm not super attached to the series, but it's still a good series. So, like, when there's a sad scene, you can still kind of like, feel it. And the art style really helps with that. And there's really just some really good panels, as you can see by your screen. But another thing I really liked, which is a very minor detail, but the like art in general is just great. Like, some other series you might just make some random squiggly lines and just call it and just like use that as the art. But not in this series. They actually, like you mentioned, real life artists. They show you real life paintings, like in the corners or something. I'm not saying like, oh, this is a random painting of this. No, like someone will have a painting or something, or there will be a painting, and they'll show the real life version. And then like they'll even tell you like who it's from or anything like that, or their name, so you can eventually look it up and be like, okay, that looks pretty cool, but in color. That's great. I know it's like what they should do. I just really enjoyed that. I found it like really neat. Now, is this a series that will get you super invested in art and just you'll love? Personally, no. I just never don't like art, but you might, right? There are some series that I would say like inspire people to do things. I'm not saying there isn't, like Food Wars, Haikyuu, any sports series in general. But I don't think this is one of those series. I think, if anything, it portrays like being an artist, not in a negative tone, but again, it's not a super happy series. The one thing someone might not like about the series, aside from like the fact that it's art, right? Because some people might find that boring. I just enjoyed that. Is the pacing. Now, it's not some super slow burner series that takes 20 pages to get, not 20 pages, 20 chapters to get good, or just to have something significant happen. No, it's a decently paced story. It's just not as fast as some like say Kingdom or Chainsaw Man, where every chapter someone could die or some massive event might happen. Whereas this is a series that takes more of its time. It's just also like, which person for me, I generally enjoy series that are just faster paced. This was an exception, and I do feel like they took the author took the right decision to make this a slower paced series, because again, art is something that takes a lot of time to make. So it kind of just wouldn't make sense if a series about something that takes a lot of time to make was very fast paced. And plus, it's like, about school and stuff, so it's gonna be slow. Not slow paced, but it's like, so again, it's gonna just, take its time, but it's not super slow. Like, for example, I don't know, but Chimera Ant, where like it started off horrendously slow. No, this takes its time in a good way, and I enjoy that. Could I read this all in a day? No, it took me like a week or something, which is honestly pretty fast for my like standards. But yeah, I really enjoyed the series. Now, if you're wondering why I decided to even read like a series about art, since I just don't like art in general, but for the most part, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just don't enjoy it in general. I don't dislike it. I just don't enjoy it. I'm really just like, at the time I was in like an Ippo burnout, like, cause I'm trying to read Hajime no Ippo, and I was on like, there was like 2 fights with that I just didn't enjoy, and I just really could not read the series at the time, and I didn't want to force myself to read. So I was just reading a bunch of shorter stories. So like, for example, this 36 chapters, I read Dan, which is like 12 or 13, and then I read like #DRCL Midnight Children, which is like a newer work by the guy who made The Climber and Innocent, and that's only 6 chapters. Now, will I make a review on that last one? Maybe not. I might just make like a speed review where I do Dan and Midnight Children in the same video. I might not. It's just that I feel like it's way too early to make a review on that's only 6 chapters, so I might wait for that. I'll see. I also just don't know if it's weekly or monthly, so I really just could not tell you. Since I just read like the 6 chapters in a day, but I do think my next video is gonna be a Dan review. If not, I know I'm sidetracking, but still, if not, I'm probably gonna be like a recommendation video or something. I'll figure it out. There are some videos I want to do. I just don't want to do it because it would be with certain people, and I just don't want to like do that right now. I'm not saying I don't want to like do videos with the people. It's just not something I want to do at this current moment. I know I mentioned I was into like 2 things for the 100 subs. I'm gonna just like say one of them right now. I would do it on my Manga Discord server. I just have zero clue how. If you know how, like please DM on Instagram or anywhere really, it'd be a great help. If not, I'm probably try to make it by the end of the week. I'll see. I've never made a Discord server, so I can't guarantee like its quality. But yeah, that's that. The other thing I still want to keep a surprise. It's just a video idea I have that I just don't want to do yet. But that's basically it for like the review. Would I recommend this series to anyone? Definitely. I just wouldn't recommend it as a series to like just that would just like blow your mind. It's gonna be in your top 5, top 10. I would just read this again. It's one of those series that is like, if you want to break. No, I think I said this with the last one too. But if you want to break from the thing you're reading, but you still want to read something that's quality, because I'll be honest, Oars is just like for 3 chapters, it's kind of decent. The only reason I did a review on that and don't want to make a review on Midnight Children is because Oars was like designed to be 3 chapters, so it's got the pacing to say, okay, you can kind of make a review on it. I can't really do that on Midnight Children. It's not meant to be 3 chapters. But yeah. Would I recommend this to someone? Probably, again, as I said, but like more so something like to like transition. Say you just finished a real long series and you keep on reading, like you want to keep reading manga, but at the same time you don't want to read like another 100 or 200 chapter series, or you just want to read shorter stuff in general, or you just like art, then that's definitely the series for you. And I really enjoyed it. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10, maybe a 7.5. And I'm definitely gonna keep up with it. Now, that's basically it for the video. Also, if you're wondering why I don't do weekly reviews anymore, because I used to, I think I mentioned this before in another video, is that because I'm catching up on more series, and like different series come out at a different time, right? Like there's 5 different magazines that, well, there's many different magazines, but like what's for example, one series I might be very interested in drops on a Monday, another one drops on a Wednesday, another one drops on a Sunday. So when I go to do like the video on one on a Sunday, for example, by the time I edit the video and do this, the series that was like with the oldest chapter probably already released a new chapter the day I released the video. So I don't really feel like I want to do a weekly review when I would be reviewing a chapter that'd be kind of old. If I do a weekly review, I'll probably just do it from like a certain magazine, like for example like a Shonen Jump review. It's just that I don't want to do that because that's an idea that's already been done by many others. But if I do it, I probably still might do it. If like, say 1 week, I just don't have a video idea and I still want to do a video, I might do it. But yeah, that's basically it for the video. Now, I don't want to drag this on too much because it's not the type of series I have too much to talk about. So if you liked it, let me know what you thought down below. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and peace.